Hello, you guys. Welcome back to another story time on this channel. Once again, sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you guys' ears, but I just want to start this video off again by saying thank you so much for 1,000 mother subscribers. Woo woo woo! Been on YouTube since January 2024. It is now April 2025, and there's 1,000 people watching me. Guys, stop. That's actually so strange to think about. Like being on YouTube, especially when you don't get that many comments, it doesn't feel like anybody's looking at you. But you guys are. Oh my god, thank you. Now today, as you read the title, we have a story time. Yes, you guys read that right. I know so many girls clicked on this video too quick because so many of you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Yes, this is my first ever experience with a strange, weird boy mom, and hopefully my last. Um, I don't know what else to say. If you get it, you get it. Let's just get into the story with a little bit of context first. So I think I've mentioned this in a few other videos, but almost every guy I ever dated, me and their family, and especially the women, went like this. Okay, I know the stories. I know like some moms have a weird, I know all of that. But personally, like the guys I dated, the families were super nice. They liked me. I got along with them until I started dating this one boy. Okay, so once upon a time, I started dating this one guy, and he was really close with his mom, which is fine. Like, very close with his mom, bad relationship with his dad. My mom is my everything type of person. Nothing wrong with that. And so, as we start dating, he starts talking more and more about his mother. He starts saying things like, yeah, my mom was one of those moms who was upset because he was the youngest out of his mom's children. She had four. He was the youngest, and he had three older sisters. He was like, yeah, my mom said that she wanted all boys, and she was upset every time she was pregnant and it was a girl. I already feel like I'm in enemy territory just by hearing that. He's like, but yeah, when she found out she was having a boy, she got hella excited and blah, 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 because she always wanted all sons. And she just used to always tell me my sister's that. That was already enough for me before I even met her. Ew. I don't like I don't like women like that. What's wrong with girls? What's wrong with girls? Do you hate yourself, baby? Like, and he acknowledged that. Like, he acknowledged that it was like rude to talk like that to his sisters a lot. And like, he also said another comment. Here we go. He was like, my mom openly always says I'm her favorite kid, like in front of my siblings. Everybody knows it. You're my only son. You're my favorite. Again, why are you speaking like that in front of your kids and feel like that at all? My parents have never said they had a favorite, like no. What? So I'm just like hearing all this and I'm like, okay. And again, he says like he acknowledges that it's not the best. And also sometimes you gotta think about with these boy moms. I also got had to check, like, do you feel this way? Because if not, I ain't never having your kids. But no, he was like the complete opposite. He was like, yeah, I was raised with my sisters. I was raised with a lot of women. That'll make you a good person. Why do boys always think that? He was one of those. But anyway, he was very like, I love women. I need a daughter. Like, I want a son too. But like, he didn't. I made it clear that I'm like, okay, are you on the same as your mama or? And it was very clear he wasn't. Right, right. So with pretty much everyone I ever dated, because I'm only 22, like I would always meet their moms or whatever their families because they live with them. Like we're young. We're like 19, 20. Of course, you live at home. I'm around your family, blah, blah. This was my first boyfriend where that wasn't the case. He was older than me. He's 4 years older than me. He hadn't lived with his parents for a really long time. And his mom actually lived in a different state. I never met any of his family. This situation was tricky. So I'm over here pondering about what I want to keep to myself or what I want to share now or share later in the video. But I think I'll just keep context before it gets to like the point of me meeting this lady. So in this relationship, I thought everything was all fine and dandy. Okay, I thought this boy was so nice, so thoughtful, so all these things, so himself. And he wasn't. If you guys been keeping up with my videos, you hear me talking about my last relationship and how not being your true self really made it fall apart. So this man, I know I'm gonna gag you guys, lied about being homeless. Yes, okay. This man was living out of his car, had no savings account, nothing. And I didn't know for a while into dating. He kept it away from me. We didn't have locations. He was paying for all the dates at first. Why? Mind you, we met on a dating app. Why are you worried about some while you don't have a place to stay? That's the question everyone wants to ask him, and I want to know too, but baby, we'll never know. And I know I like joke and I try to laugh a little bit about the stuff I've been through, but I just also want to make it clear to anybody watching this video, this is not a shot to anyone who struggles or anyone who's ever been homeless before or gone through rough times. I'm very humble. That could be me one day. I don't know. And I wasn't, when I found out about all this, I was very angry for the part that you lied to me and you weren't honest about what your life was like. So you didn't give me a clear picture of what I was getting into. Nigga, now I'm already in it. And also about lying. Like, you don't lie about stuff like that. That's why I was upset. Okay. But I decided, even though I literally hate lying, I decided to stick it through because I understand that he didn't have a lot of support and I understood how it got to this point. And he made it seem like he was getting out of it, working on getting out of it, which you'll see about that later. So yeah, all of a sudden, this perfect boyfriend I thought I had, literally has nothing to offer me. A man 4 years older than me who got in a relationship with me, who has nothing to offer me, and then on top of that, because of his situation, again, understandably, has terrible mental health issues, all that. But I'm like, okay, I'm very mad at this person for lying to me, not telling me the full truth. But I'm like, I'm gonna stay with them because I care about them and I see them trying, and I'm just a caring person, and so I decided, and it was not fun at all because I think this person started to take advantage of my kindness. Like, I'm a girl in a relationship, the whole 50-50 conversation, blah, blah, blah. Guys, I don't know. I don't know. I personally, in a relationship, I feel like when it comes to dates and stuff, I do my part. Like, I don't believe in a man like taking care of everything, but I kind of want him to be doing it more than me. So, which I didn't mind. When, of course, I knew that position and just out of the kindness of my heart, I'll start paying for things. I feel like he started taking advantage of my kindness. Like, oh, can I borrow money for this? Can you send me some for this? Can you just pay for this? Can you do, right? It heavily turned into me giving way more than I expected and wanted to give and could give, but I just did because I loved and cared about this person. And he was very disrespectful too. Like I said, again, understand the mental health aspect. This is not a shot to anybody who struggles with mental health or struggles with their life, but taking it out on a girl who's trying to help you and screaming and yelling at her and taking all your bad days out on her, it you got me fucked up. That's not the vibe. And that's what this relationship turned into very, very quickly. But again, the lover girl in me, why did I stick around when someone was low key taking advantage of my kindness and taking their terrible life out on me? Because I just, for love, for love. So, mind you, this is the relationship. This is where it's at. So, one day we're hanging out at this Airbnb because, well, you know why. And he kind of lied again. And we planned on making this dinner, making food together for the first time. Couples date. So I'm like, okay, I'll make the shrimp and this other stuff. You make the steak. I'm like, I don't know how to make steak. One thing about Alicia, I can't cook. When I do, it eats down though. I know how to make some good shrimp. So I'm like, you make the steak. He did not know how to make the steak. So he's like, you know what? Why don't I just like FaceTime my mom and like ask her for help? And I'm like, okay. Also kind of nervous though, because I'm like, I've never met this lady. She seems a little, from the comments I told you guys from the beginning, but I'm like, okay, yeah, FaceTime her. So he FaceTimes her. So one thing about me is actually when it comes to parents, not even just like my partner's parents, just my parents in general. Like I'm shy at first. Like I don't know what to say to you, grown person. Like, hi, how are you? What else do I say after that? So I'm kind of nervous. I'm always nervous when it comes to that. But again, mother and father raised me with respect, whatever, right? So he FaceTimes her, she picks up. She's just talking to him at first, like he doesn't show me. And like, so at first he's just talking to her casually, and she just like butts in the conversation because it was Valentine's Day. And she's just like, oh, like you calling to ask me to make steak? Like I thought my only son, the only man in my life, was calling to wish me a happy Valentine's Day. And like, I get it. I get it. Like I've bought stuff for everyone in my family before. Or like when I'm not home on Valentine's Day, wish my family but like it's just that statement was, it could go either ways. It could be like she's joking, she just wants to talk to her son, or like what was that, right? But it gets weirder as the conversation progresses. So he does turn the FaceTime to me. We hi, hey. She's nice, pretty normal at first, like, oh hey, like you're very pretty, blah, blah. I'm like, thank you. Hi, nice to meet you. But then they're mainly talking. And she just proceeds to kind of go down the same route of the Valentine's Day. Like, oh, I thought my only son would wish me happy Valentine's Day. Oh, like she's helping him. She's helping us make the steak. Like, no shade. She is. But then she's still just commenting, like, oh, like you guys are cooking. This ain't ever cooked for me. Like, oh, you must really love her. Like, it's weird. Like it's joking because you know how moms and parents joke, but it felt like those like jokes with like a hint of truth, because I'm like, girl, why do you keep like repeating it and repeating it and repeating it and repeating it? But whatever, not that bad, just like stuff I'm hearing. And then here's like what really starts to irritate me about the conversation, guys. And this isn't the worst part, it's just how it progressed. Like I said, I was taking care of potatoes and shrimp. Common knowledge, everybody knows potatoes, you could cook them in the microwave or you could cook them in the oven. I think they come out better in the oven. I already had them prepped and in the oven. But y'all know, again, sometimes with weird boy moms, people have weird dynamics with their families. Mind you, he's 26. Um, she's just like, no, like the steak needs to go in there right now. Like that's how you need to cook it. Take the potatoes out, put them in the microwave. And like off camera, I'm like, no. The potatoes, I tell him like the potatoes have like this amount of time, just like wait or put them in there with them. And he just like ignores me. Don't ever ignore Chef Boyardee. He's 26 years old, and instead of telling his mother that Alicia is using that right now and she really wants to make it this way and finish her stuff first, and is there another way or could we pause? He just ignores me and takes out the stuff that I'm cooking and listens to his mom like he's 10. So now I'm a little irritated, but still, we're all gotta keep it classy. We're on the phone with his mother. I'm just basically quiet. So they're talking a lot, like whatever, whatever. And then his mom is like, give her the phone. Like, I want to talk to her. I want to talk to her. So I'm like, okay. Like at first I get in the phone with him. I'm like, hey. And she's like, no, like just let her have the phone. So okay, I'm like, okay, like I'm kind of nervous because I'm like, I don't like talking to people I don't know. And what are we gonna talk about? But I'm like, okay, of course. Of course, respect your elders. I'm like, okay, I take the phone. What does she want to talk about? Me and this lady had the most unserious conversation. So he hands me the phone. She all of a sudden just gets like super serious and just tells me all the BS like he's already told me, talking about this is my only son, he's my baby, he's my favorite child. Me and my son have a relationship like no other. It's just like a lot of rambling about like the same things where it's like, okay, I don't care. Like, girl, why are you telling me this? Like, I don't know. And mind you, before anyone tries to like double standard it, I'm the type of person where I think it's corny to like give a talk to who your kid's dating when it's like a dad or a mom. I personally think it's corny. Because me personally, when I have kids, I don't need to scare or what do you have to do? I don't feel like I need to do that. I'm like, I'm gonna trust my kid's judgment unless I blatantly see something wrong. I'm gonna trust my kid's judgment and I'm gonna let them do them. And if they wanna around and be crazy to my child or do something to my child, then you're gonna fuck around and find out. Like I don't need to scare you or be mean to them or try to check them when they haven't done anything wrong. But if they do something wrong, then what's up? Like that's how I feel about when I raise my kids. You don't need to do all that corny shit. So she's basically just going on, my son is my world, me and my son have a bond like no other. Me and my son been through so much you don't know about. But okay. And I remember like he chimed in for something came up and she was talking about her grandkids. That like are from his sisters, and we were kind of both in the phone like at this point, and I was just like listening to their conversation. But then again, she directed back to me because she was talking about one of her grandbabies and them acting up, and she was like, yeah, I don't believe in hitting children, but as a grandma I deserve a respect. Like I can see my son's very in love with you and this and that, so I don't believe in hitting kids, but I'll really if a kid does this because my other grandbaby asked. Free black people from the shackles of fantasizing about hitting unborn kids. Literally, in my head, I'm like, if I'm ever the mother of your grandchild, you're not touching my baby if I tell you not to. And if you do, then it's up. Because I'm the mother. You're not the mother. But she literally, like, you know, when old black people just like keep talking and you're just like, like just for them to like shut up. She just keeps going on about her grandkids acting up and how she will discipline them and how she'll discipline them if I have a kid with him too. Mind you, again, I've only been with this guy for a couple months. Like, guys, it was just weird. I was just like, just listen to the end of her rant. And then it's back. She's like, okay, go away. It's back to me. So she keeps talking. She basically goes back to ranting about her son, but deeper. She's like, my son, we've been through a lot. He's been through a lot you probably don't even know about. Um, if you can't handle that, you should leave. She's just saying a whole lot. I'm like, okay. Also, when I'm listening to this, I'm like, I'm not sure if this lady doesn't know how much I know about her son because this was my first time dating someone with mental issues, like diagnosed mental issues, and it was very hard. Shout out to anyone dealing with that because I've seen it and I've loved someone through it now. I know it's not easy. Everybody has mental health problems, but actually having diagnosed issues and reasons you're that way, I know can be super hard. So my heart goes out to anyone who's struggling with that. But she's telling me this, like stuff I already know. Because even though we were only together for a couple months, we got very close within those couple months. Like I said, he was homeless, living out of his car. And I was basically the only one supporting. I'm the only one he spent Christmas with. I'm the only one who bought him Christmas. I'm there. Girl, you're not. You're not. And again, so yeah, she's basically still just giving me this spiel, like I said, that I think is really corny when parents try to scare or like people they're talking to. Also, like I said, I'm a girl. I'm a girl, you're a girl. What am I gonna do to your son? I'm not saying women can't be abusive or do anything, but like, girl. And then I also remember like one thing that really hit me, because like I said, most of the rant I'm tuned out because I'm like, she's just saying the same thing. She goes like, yeah, like if you disrespect my son, that's my baby, it's a problem. Shiver me timber. Literally, again, I'm just like, okay. And I remember she said back, she tried to be a girl's girl for a second and like, but if he disrespects you, it's a problem too. Okay, but she didn't say it the same way and she's just like, I don't know, y'all. It was just such a weird conversation because then she's like, if I know my son's a lot, like if you can't handle it, leave. But if you're gonna be here, you can message me if you need help dealing with him and stuff. Like we're 22 and 26. I'm not gonna reach out to this lady I don't know. Like I could see if like we were married and we've been together for a while and have a relationship with you. I'm like, girl, I'm not. You're not gonna be in a relationship. I'm not gonna be calling on you when we have whatever. It was a whole rant. She said all of that, and even when she was saying like my son disrespects you, a problem. Like I said, this boy heavily took advantage of my kind heart. Used to disrespect me, yell at me, do hella stuff. I literally in that moment again, but I'm trying to be better. But I really should have when you see how the story ends. When she says my son, like if my son disrespects you, it's a problem. I really want to be like, oh, he already did. You don't know? But at this time, I was still trying to be with that man, so I didn't. And even like with this man too, it gave like she said that, but she didn't really mean it. Cause we would talk about our issues too, like me and my ex, and I would be like, the way you yell at me and talk to me is so disrespectful, but he would be like, well, my family is just like that. I grew up with people who talk like that. Me and my mom talk to each other like that. So I'm like, oh, so she wouldn't think his disrespect is anything since she raised him to be this way. Okay, the girl. Anyways, strangest conversation. Whatever. Fast forward to the part that did it. Okay, this was a couple weeks later. Yes, yes, I had a breakup a couple weeks after Valentine's Day. Okay, so I was having some money issues this week, guys, and like when you get a random charge on something that you didn't expect. And it wasn't just like $10, it was a lot of money that I needed to get through the week until my next paycheck. That happened to me, right? But whatever, what can I do in it? I emailed them, I tried to get my money back, didn't get it back yet. So this specific day, again, to save money because of the position that this 26-year-old man is in, we are trying to save money. We're trying to not go on as much dates, see each other, use gas. Um, but this one day, like literally the day after the whole money thing happened with me, he's like, I need to see you. Like, my mental health is just really bad, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, like, we weren't supposed to see each other. Also, there's a little bit of a distance. That's why it, like, costs money, gas. But when someone you love is saying they just need to see you, whatever, like the last agreement you guys had, I'm just like, okay, if you need to see me, of course you can come see me. He's texting me while I'm at work. So I'm like, I'll call you when I get off. So while I'm at work, I'm thinking, I, guys, I know, like I said, like I said, used to lend this man money all the time. Sometimes I would ask for it back, sometimes not. Sometimes, if you guys saw my funny little TikTok to cope with my trauma, I would ask for my money back, and this boy would get mad at me for asking for my own money back. But that's besides the point. I'm thinking, my boyfriend, he's sad. I want to do something and not just sit in his car, where he's already depressed. I'm like, so I had lent this boy money, but I had ended up saying that like part of it he could just keep. Um, but I was like, if he actually gives me back like the money that I said he could keep, I was like, I could take us on a date to the movie. So like we could do something and uplift his spirits. So when I get off the phone, I call this man and I tell him that. He already knows about the money I got taken out of my account the other day. I tell him, hey, like if you could send me that money, we could like go and do something and hopefully make you feel better. Cause I didn't have the money to do it on my own because it would just have in my account. Guys, so this man is like, oh, honestly, I don't have the money to send you back right now. And I'm like, oh, okay. All right. I guess we'll just get food, sit in the car, like we always do. I didn't say it like that, but I was like, okay, he said no, even though it's crazy to say you don't have someone's money back when it's my money. But that's besides the point. So he's like, yeah, but I still want to go to the movies. Like, we should just go. I could just pay you back next paycheck. And I'm like, no, like, I'm not going to take from my savings from what already just happened to me. It was just an idea, like, if you had it, but if you don't, it's fine. Guys, why did me saying that send this man into a rage? I'm gonna keep the breakup real short so I can get to the peak of this story. This man starts going off on me about how are you gonna ask for money to do something for me? I have nothing and I do all this for you. I have nothing and I do this and that, and you probably wouldn't do the same. And I'm done with you. I'm dead serious, guys. I'm dead serious. He's like, I don't have a home. I don't have this. You have this. You have all of this. And you act like taken from your paycheck or blah, blah, is all this when I have nothing. He's just going in, guys, like screaming at me like a crazy person at the top of his lungs. And he's like, I'm done. I'm done. You don't reciprocate. You don't sacrifice how I do. Okay. So I'm literally so confused. Also, I know how this man is. Like I said, I was loving someone through mental illness, real mental illness. I'm like, you need to just calm down and come see me. I was like, again, I was very offended because I'm like, so, so you're mad at me because I asked if I could have my money back to do something for you. I'm dead serious.
You bitch.
So I masked regulating my emotions in this relationship so often because the emotion regulation on the other side was non-existent. I was like, you need to just calm down. Like, none of that is true. That's not true. Also, men always want to talk about what they do for you, what they do for you. They don't understand how, I mean, some women can contribute a lot physically, financially, stuff like that. But also, I'm like, I don't do nothing. I don't reciprocate nothing. The emotional and mental control I have to have in this relationship to not cuss you out or get super disrespectful or hurt your feelings, even though I should, because who are you talking to crazy and disrespect me? I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like, one, when I came to that relationship, I'm like, I'm so nice for even staying with you. Who would stay with the guy who lied about living out of his car? Right? And again, not a shot to people who've struggled, but I'm like, again, because of how I am with lying and how I'm done with lies very quick, I was like, I could have easily left you over lying about something very huge like that. And I was like, I didn't. I was like, that's literally when I told everybody about this figure, they said the same thing. They're like, you're so nice for even being with him. And I'm like, oh, I know. So it ends. Whatever. But of course I'm pissed off, I'm mad, I'm confused, but I still love this boy. And I'm just so like he's been so um unpredictable with like his feelings and stuff before. Maybe like 10 minutes later, I call him back and I like ask how he's feeling. And he's saying, I'm feeling the same way. I'm done. Like he's calmer. He's not yelling anymore. But he's like, honestly, yeah, because I was talking to my mom about it. And he was like, yeah, she said something that really hit me and made me realize I made the right decision. So I'm like, what did she say? Before I preface what I'm about to say, even though this guy lied about his living situation, stuff like that. Besides that, he was honestly pretty trustworthy. One of the reasons he was in this financial position, didn't have a savings, anything that was very true, is his mom was having some medical issues and he gave the rest of his savings to his mom to pay for it. Which I get it. It's your mom. Your mom is not doing well. Your mom is having it. I understand. But also, you don't have a home, you don't have anything, you can't afford to be giving the rest of your savings away to someone who has a home and has other kids. Mind you, like I said again, you're taking money from your youngest and only homeless kid. Like it just, the whole thing was just messed up. But like I said, I got it, but still, the principle, that was very true. He gave his mom a lot of his money. He lent his mom a lot of money that she said she'd pay back. She didn't. It was that type of relationship. Like I said, don't like to get into people's family stuff, but it was like that. So I'm like, this is context for the next thing. So he's like, and mind you, by this time his mom was okay. She was doing better. Um, so he's like, yeah, my mom said something that really hit. I'm like, what'd she say? He was like, well, I was telling her about when she met you on FaceTime when we were in that Airbnb, and I told her how I paid for the Airbnb. Also not fully true. He asked for me some money to have to pay for it. Then he'll pay me back. So I paid for some of it too, and some of it that I didn't ask back just went to it. And he was like, "Wait." He said when he told his mom that he paid for it, even though he didn't fully pay for it, but okay, nigga. He said that his mom was like, "Wait, what? So when you guys stayed there, you paid for it, and she wants it back. It was just a lend for what she paid." And he was like, yeah. And she was like, how dare she make you pay for something like that, knowing you're in that position? You don't have no business dating her. How would she even ask you for anything, knowing you're in that position? So this is when the Scorpio bitch just had to come out. First of all, lady, boy moms are so delusional. Your son is 26 and he's the man. And he's lied about his situation, made me think it was something else. I'm a woman. He should have something to offer me. And also, when it came to when we did have places to stay, like together, um, it would never be me. We should go here. We should go because you know what? My parents, start from the bottom, now they're here, okay? My parents, you know, they raised me to be very humble and smart. And they raised me to, if you can't do something, if you can't afford something, don't do it. Don't spend it. Don't buy it. And that's what I live by. So I'm like, I would never ask him to rent out a room or rent out blah, blah, because I'm like, why? I don't have money to spend hundreds of dollars on something like that. I have other stuff I have to save. So I never asked for these things. He would do it. And like I said, the times that he did pay, and he really did pay for all of it, I 100% appreciated it. But again, I didn't ask for it. And even though that doesn't mean I don't appreciate it, I'm not obligated to pay for something I can't afford or help you with something I can't afford when I didn't, you know? So he said what his mama said gave him a lot of confidence that he made the right decision. Her popping off, talking about, oh, how's she gonna ask for anything if she knows you're in that position? You have no business dating her. She really asked for money back, knowing you're in that position. So he's good, talking about that, and I'm like, oh, like just like your mom took the rest of your money, cause clock it, clock. Yeah, yeah. His mom want to talk about why is she taking from you, knowing your position you're in. Why would she ever ask you? You girl, I'm about to get. I'm literally like, oh, so she's talking about that, but she took the rest of your money and she don't pay you back. I was like, what about that? Yo, this man got so mad at me. This nigga talking about bye, bye. Don't ever disrespect my mama. Bye, bye. And that comment really made my whole night. Because I ate as a girl who, as you guys watch my channel, who's a lover girl, who's trying to heal, who's trying to do better, who's trying to stay, not go back to my old ways. That really made my night to be able to go back to my just for a second. Because like I said, dealing with a man who would talk to me so disrespectfully and take his issues out on me, and then dealing with the weird comments from the mom that I just kept down because I'm like, maybe she isn't weird, maybe she's just a little, yeah. And then finally being able to air both of them out just really made it possible. And like literally again, because I'm nice and because obviously even though I was going through a breakup, I still love this guy. I even double checked. Like I was like, dang, I know I ate, but like, was that too much? I literally remember a couple hours later, I was talking about it with my dad, and I was like, "Ah, that comment was kind of mean about his mom, huh?" And he and my dad was like, "This is where I get it from. This is where I get it from." My dad was like, "No, it's right." He was like, "You're literally right. Why is she talking about you? Like you're his girlfriend and she's his mom and she knows." Like he was like, "It's not mean. It's right." Like what? And I'm like, "You get it. You get it." And yeah, that was the end of that, guys. Yeah, I never want to deal with a strange boy mom in my life. You guys will never catch me being a strange boy mom in my life either. Because, I want a son, I want a daughter, I want both. I'll be happy with whatever I'm given with. But if I should have a son and a daughter, I'm going to treat them the same. And I want to clock if they ever feel differently. I want them to talk to me. I don't ever want one to think something is different. And yeah, I never want to be like that. That was just so strange. I hear so many girls talking about dealing with weird mothers, weird mother relationships, weird family relationships, and I after that, I know it can't be me. Cuz I feel like comments like that are going to come out way faster, not just like that. Cuz I can't do it. I can't do it. Guys, that was the story time. Let me know what you guys think. Did I eat? Would you guys have the courage to air them out like that? I don't know. And again, as always, I'm gonna keep it 100%, 1,000% real on my channel. It's funny now. I know I made this a very funny story time, but it definitely wasn't funny that night. If anyone is struggling with breakups or people talking you crazy, especially that night too, which I touched on in my last podcast, someone coming for my character too, I feel like is what really tipped it off. I hate people who go off and say things they don't mean just because they're not mad, just because they're mad. Like him really saying that I don't reciprocate or do anything for him or is crazy. And I can't believe for a little bit after that breakup, like I was really second guessing it when that's bullshit. You and your mama, nigga. No, I'm just playing. But anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for listening to another story time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Check out my other socials linked down below. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.